Yeah, Formula One. Um, Formula One. Yeah, it's my passion. I can't, it's I don't think I've followed anything longer. Um, I'm old enough to remember Richard Petty, the King, racing when he was a young man. I remember watching Jackie Stewart race Formula One. Yeah, it's been a passion my whole life. It is the sport that I enjoy. It's why I like the sim racing. It's one of the things I miss is going fast. The adrenaline, the adrenaline rush of taking your life in your own hand and not fucking up. Where you're like, you get home and you're like, that was fucking scary. Nothing like that. I cannot tell you, there's nothing like that. Anyone who has seen my trip down the mountain knows that I push it. The old lady's so glad that I sim race now instead of the real thing. She's absolutely so glad. She let me set up my game room, basically buy whatever I wanted as long as it was my savings. And she didn't want me to get another super bike. And to tell you the truth, Suzuki helped me with that decision because number one, the 2011 Suzuki I got was a piece of fucking shit. It would stick in first gear, and it was just it was a trash job because they try to change things every year to make the bike better, and sometimes changes don't really work out the way you wanted them to. And it was a turd. They've since refined the Hayabusa because I took five brand new Hayabusas and I would put 1,000 miles on it. Then they would get stripped down to absolute frame. Then they would get polished and then reassembled. I did that to every one of them. I knew the Hayabusa so well that I could strip that bike down to nothing in 2 hours by myself, to nothing. And then put it back together without ever thinking about which wrench I need to go grab. Because as soon as I had the thought I need to do this, I knew which four tools to grab, set them on the towel on the bike rack, and go to town. I do miss the speed. I've been super fast in race planes, but it's different. The sensation of speed is directly proportional to your distance from the ground. And you can only fly an airplane so low with any kind of safety factor. I mean, I flew around at 10 feet constantly, especially over the bay. But the sense of speed just wasn't the same as when you're on a bike and you're part of the machine that's making things happen. And then your brain and your right hand are having this conversation about making it home today. Yeah, there's nothing like that. Taking your life right here. When you know you're doing it, you know that if you fuck up right now, that's it. You're not fucking going home. But see, I got no responsibilities. I haven't, that it made it easier. And again, it could have been bad at any moment. But there was a time in my life when I knew I wasn't going to die like that. Now, my every day is a mystery to me now, where it was never like that for many, 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 many years of my life. Everything now is a mystery. It's all new now because I'm on a different path than I was. All new. So, yeah. I, I still don't fear death. I still have that knowledge and conviction. But There was a time when I was too cocky because I knew I wasn't going to die like that. Because I was an old man at the bridge. See? And as long as I wasn't there, I was cool. And that's kind of how I thought. I did shit. That's what my name was, literally Darren Laren. That people really thought that I was a fucking nut job when I was young. Anything to risk my life. Yeah. Um, I wonder if that psychologically has something to do with my near-death experience. Most likely. But sometimes a cigar is just a cigar. Yeah, I miss the speed. I do. That's the reason I like Formula One. I'll be honest with you. When I was young, one of the reasons I liked Formula One was the sense of speed. Watching NASCAR, it was just this roundy round, but Formula One was corners. And that, for me, that brought forth that sense of speed, you know. Super fun. Yeah, I miss it. My friends always ask me, "Are you ever going to get another bike?" And I'm like, "No, I don't think. I think I'm past that." You know what I mean? It's not that I wouldn't go riding with a friend. If he had a spare bike and he goes, "Let's go for a bike ride," I'd go. But I'm not going to buy another bike. The last bike I got, the white one, I didn't customize it. It stayed stock. I put a Commander on it, and I put a Battle Axe tire on the back. I put a set of my custom handlebars on it, but that was it. That was it. I didn't do anything to it after that. Kind of lost the urge to customize them. You know what I mean? That was my madness. Was I'd buy a bike, put 1,000 miles on it. At 999 miles, it would go into the shop, get broken down, everything polished, and then turned into a street/drag bike. I loved doing that. And then I would sell them and lose my ass and then do it again. So I'm kind of glad I'm out of that. It was never a money making thing, trust me. It's always a money losing thing. Every time. Never made a fucking dime. Maybe I'm just bad at selling. Yeah, the sense of speed. If you've never been over 200 miles per hour on a motorcycle, or like 170 laid over in a corner like this at 170, and the back of the bike's doing this, yeah, yeah, you don't know what fun is. I thought I'd talk about that. My buddy was here earlier, the guy who basically the know all and do all for any job that you need done, from plumbing to roofing to electrical to whatever. And he was same thing. Do you miss that? Yeah, I do. I say I don't miss it, but I do. And I don't miss the wasting money. I don't miss you know, the sheer beauty of the machines. When I got done, that was as satisfying as writing them. Really was having people look at them and go, "That's fucking beautiful, man." 250,000 views on the one where I just showed the bike. I had many people tell me that was the classiest, nicest looking bike because there was no chrome on it. It was all polished aluminum. No chrome. I hate chrome. Chrome's cheap. Yeah, if you've never been over 200 miles per hour on a motorcycle, it'd be pretty hard to understand what I'm talking about.